Dad was diagnosed with cancer 7 years before he died, and it sort of came as a complete bolt out the blue, as it would do to anyone. Cancer didn't really fit in with his life at that time. It was an inconvenience in a way. He just wanted to get on with things.
About 3 years ago, my father-in-law was fortunate enough to receive the excellent care of Forest Home.
And I can remember coming round from the anaesthetic and then coming in, and I knew as soon as the doctor came in or the consultant came in with a nurse, something was wrong.
It's an amazing place, and you can't help but give it your all.
I think probably the strongest memory would be the day that he got admitted to Forest Home. We could hear the worry in his voice, and it made us feel terribly guilty that we weren't there to be with him, and I know he was just so concerned about the actual admission in itself. It was a really poignant moment for him, and it was actually by the time that we got over to visit him that we could see that immediate change. You know, he was just so calm and so happy to be with people that had already learnt his name and already got to know his character. I think that really speaks quite highly of Forest Home, to see someone who was terrified really of being admitted into a hospice to go so quickly into feeling comfortable and at ease, and you could just see how relaxed he was to be there. It was as if a weight had lifted from his shoulders.
It was scary for me, the idea of stepping into a hospice before I got in there, and then as soon as I entered Forest Home I realised that it was actually so much calmer, more caring, peaceful, friendly, family orientated than any hospital I've been to.
We very quickly came to find that Forest Home was a place that we could all be comfortable, that Dad would be looked after, and that it was somewhere that we could all just have some time to be together really.
The philosophy of Forest Home is that every patient and their families is the most important thing. So therefore if family members want to talk to me, that's fine, I can do that as well. We're always aiming to try and earn more money in one way or another, to fundraise in every way that we can, help the fundraisers, because as you can imagine, end-of-life care improves, but costs go up at the same time, and the NHS is struggling.
So we're Upton Infant School. We're a free-form entry school, 270 pupils, and Mr. Martin is one of our lunchtime supervisors, and he is running the London Marathon in a few weeks' time, and so he's raising money for Forest Home because his dad was cared for them, you know, when he was very ill. So he approached us, could we raise some money for him, and we said absolutely. And then we, as a school, we do a run every Friday afternoon. All the children run around the school for 15 minutes, so we're quite used to running. And we decided this would be a good way of doing a sponsored run to raise some money for him.
Oh, brilliant. Do you know how much you've raised today?
Well, we don't, hopefully about £1,000, we think.
Fantastic.
That's what we're aiming for.
There's been times in the past where there have been question marks about Forest Home, whether it could survive in recent years, and so for us, all of us, we all try to find ways of raising money. And,
Why should they donate to Forest Home? Well, to be blunt, we don't know what's going to happen in the future.
I went through the treatment, that was December to June, the end of June. Went into work thinking work was going to bring everything back into normal routine, life's back on track. Bundled through, and then got to October and then fell in a heap. Sat in work one day, couldn't stop crying, couldn't pull myself together, felt ridiculous, and just was a wreck. Phoned up one of my nurses. She put me in touch with Forest Home Counselling Services and a lady here called Kathy Lett, and I have to say, awesome. And it's not until I look back to where I was in October 2013 and where I am now, I just didn't believe there was a tomorrow. I really didn't. I couldn't see a future, couldn't plan a future. So if I've got something going on in my head, I can share it with her and leave it in the little room and hopefully get my head sorted out before I walk out of that door and move on. And more often than not, that's the way it happens. It's great. It's a fantastic service. I just can't praise them enough. They have turned my life around.
Hospices, generally, like the word has become...
Yes, hospice does have it has a lot of connotations, and people always assume, I think, that it's perhaps a sad place.
Places like this, they don't feel like a hospital, they feel like a home.
And it's lovely, it's very calm, it's very relaxed.
Forest Home, it's a place where they encourage life to be fed through.
This sounds bizarre, I actually enjoy coming.
I actually feel calmer stepping back in the doors than feeling any kind of worry or panic at the idea of going back to the place that I lost my dad.
And it's a lovely place to be.
Quite honestly, a home from home.
It doesn't have a feeling of a hospice or hospital to me. It's a sanctuary. It's a place of sanctuary and safe. It's a safe place.
It's part of me now. Always will be, even when I've retired and moved on, it will always be a special part of me because it's a special place.